Making Action Happen is produced in partnership with Action Colorado, featuring members and communities in southern and rural Colorado. With a nonpartisan lens, we discuss the unique public policy needs and issues outside the Denver metro area. Here are your hosts, Sarah Blackhurst and Bear Espinoza.
Hi, everybody. We've had a very interesting week this week.
So, I know we've talked a lot about the PUC.
Oh, yeah.
We had recently a discussion up in Denver with the sponsors of the bill. What were some of your best takeaways from the sponsors themselves?
Yeah.
And then what do you also think the people who actually testified, what was the biggest point they had?
So there's been two different things that have happened around the PUC, and basically what the discussion is not just how we reauthorize it, but if we even should reauthorize the PUC.
Mm-hmm.
And for most people, they don't understand that the PUC is the Public Utility Commission,
Mm-hmm.
but this is a 3-member commission
Mm-hmm.
that's appointed, and then there's what's considered a Schedule C. So once they're appointed, they work independently.
That's right. I remember that.
So the discussions are right now around the reauthorization that's coming up. It's important to let everybody know that the bill itself to reauthorize, we haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So all of our analysis is basically from the review and the recommendations
Mm-hmm.
there.
Who wrote the review?
Thank you. Not Cora. It's Dora that writes the review,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a specific group
Mm-hmm.
in there that's their job, is to write the review.
And so that's what our strategy, all the opinions we have right now are based off of the review that Dora wrote about the PUC, which is sunsetting, correct?
Right. And Dora is the office of it's a regulatory agency. So that's their job, is every regulatory agency in the state in one way or another has to go through and report to Dora.
Okay. And so the sponsors of the bill, did it feel like they were kind of receptive to the conversation?
No. So it was really interesting, and we're seeing a pattern of behavior on this. More and more everyday Coloradans, voters, are pushed away from the process.
Mm-hmm.
So the opportunity you have to engage on these individual issues is you can submit testimony, or you can give testimony, and you
Okay.
give testimony remotely, or you can submit something in writing. So this was really important. The PUC oversees billions of dollars. It's like a third of all of the income in Colorado, not just for the state, but all around.
The entire state economy.
The entire state economy.
1/3 of the entire economy is regulated by the PUC.
The PUC. So think about that for a second with a 3-person body. So when we're going to reauthorize this, and it's also good to note that there's not been a performance audit on the PUC in 14 years, or on the Colorado Energy Office since 2017. That means these two major policy regulatory oversees a third and literally touches every Coloradan in one way or another.
So when we're talking of 1/3 of the entire economy of the state, how long are we taking to make this decision?
A few days.
And that decision that's made within the next few days is going to impact us for how long? When do we have a chance to actually re-examine this?
One of the recommendations would say you don't get to re-examine this until 2037 now.
Wow.
So this is why we're losing sleep. This is why we're so focused on this, is because we know what this means for our entire state. So
I'm sorry. I'm trying to
Go
absorb
ahead.
that point. 3 people
Mm-hmm.
make a decision
Mm-hmm.
that affects 1/3 of the entire economy, which I know is over $500 billion
Correct.
annually.
Correct.
3 people make this decision. We're trying to expand their scope of responsibilities and then not question that for another 10 years. Is that correct?
That's correct. And we've asked to move it from 3 to 5, and that's been, we've got a lot of pushback on that.
What was their main pushback on that?
This is funny. They say that the reason that they can't expand from 3 to 5 is because it's going to cost $1 million to do it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. $1 million is a lot of money to me.
Yes.
What is the state's budget that it's really working with? Do we have any idea like how many millions and millions? Is that probably into the billions?
Oh gosh, no. What we're talking about with regard to the state budget, the PUC is paid for by what's called the fixed utility fund. So everybody that does basically over 3 million users. Okay. So it's 3.5 or something like that. Coloradans pay into this fund every year. It yields, I think, around 23. I can't remember what the total amount is. It's between 23 and 30 that it yields every year to fund all these regulatory agencies.
Okay, so that's just funneling down for just the PUC and their advisors and their lawyers and their building,
and they're part of DORA and all of that. That's how that's paid for.
So, math question off the top of your head, they're asking for 1 million more. And
Correct.
You said they have 23 million?
Correct.
So little more than a 5% increase is all that would take? Right?
No, we're literally talking, if you do the math, we're literally talking a few pennies every month on somebody's
spread out to the 3.5 million ratepayers.
Correct.
Couple pennies a month.
Couple pennies a month
to be represented.
To expand representation.
I could live with a couple pennies a month. If they're controlling a third of the entire economy, yeah, I think that's valuable.
And I'm sorry, also if there's anybody in this state, because the PUC doesn't just oversee energy, that's what we're focused on. They also oversee transportation and telecommunications. So the PUC, the Public Utility Commission.
Utilities, transportation, and telecommunication?
Correct.
So when I pick up a phone, I drive my car or I turn on my lights? So
correct.
Okay, that seems like a big chunk of my life.
Rail, all of that. So yeah, they literally are making decisions. Those three people are making decisions that will affect every single Coloradan's everyday life multiple times.
The views and opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Action Colorado board members or staff. Action Colorado does not endorse candidates for office, but we do support our members. If you are a candidate running for office, or if you are a member of Action Colorado, you have an open invitation to come onto the show. If you have any questions or would like to discuss a topic on the show, or just for our information about joining Action Colorado, please email us at sarah@actioncolorado.org.